Generally, metals combine with oxygen on heating in air and they form the metal oxide. But if you observe that group 1A element like sodium and potassium, they are very much reactive. They are highly reactive. So sodium metal combine with oxygen in the air at even room temperature. So no need of heat only. So it combines with oxygen to form the sodium oxide. See how it will look like. I'll just show you this side, left hand side sodium and right hand side potassium. Okay, you are just burning it, taking in a pair of tongue and just burning it and see how it will look like. Okay, so sodium when reacts, see we are written the state also. Sodium in a solid state plus oxygen in a gaseous state gives you sodium oxide which is in a solid state. See how it will actually look like when the reaction takes place. On exposure to air, sodium readily catches fire. So we should not do any of the experiment in absence of teacher. Okay. Otherwise, an accident can take place in the laboratory. And that is why children normally sodium is kept under kerosene. Okay. Why? It sodium metal it reacts with the air also. It reacts with the water also. हवा में भी नहीं रख सकते पानी में भी नहीं रख सकते so where to keep now so it is kept under kerosene okay so I'll just show you the reaction Na2O plus H2O gives you 2NaOH it forms the sodium hydroxide now last year we have seen about the burning of magnesium metal huh? That used to remember how the Diwali may how we used to firecrackers type of things, right? It was to giving lighting like that. Yes, that particular metal, magnesium metal. So children, magnesium metal when it is heated, it gives rise to the magnesium oxide, and this magnesium oxide reacts with water and it forms the alkali called as the magnesium hydroxide also. So 2Mg plus O2 gives you 2MgO and then this MgO reacts with water. So MgO plus H2O gives you MgOH twice. Okay. So after understanding about the reaction of metal with oxygen, let us go ahead with the reaction of metals with water. Now for this children we are just wanted the beaker and you need what is the different samples. Okay, but be careful should not take sodium again. Otherwise an explosion will take place. So we are going to take calcium, copper, aluminum, iron, whatever is available with you. So that much we are going to take. So how what you are going to do it? You are going to drop a piece of each metal in a separate beaker which is filled with the water. Okay, and you are going to see that which particular metal is reacting. Can you observe this? Some are floating. See here. Some are sinking. Some started reacting. Yes, so you are going to have a keen observation of it. Hmm. As you all know that sodium and potassium metal they react rapidly and vigorously with the water and they give rise to the hydrogen gas, right? But now see now the calcium also. Can you see that? Huh? So on the other hand, the calcium reacts with water slowly and less vigorously, but it also gives rise to the hydrogen gas. Okay, here you are what I'm showing to you. It is about the flame when the potassium was there. This is sodium. This is potassium. Okay, this is the sodium metal. See when it is in water, how it looks like. It catches the fire, and here it is potassium. Okay. So these are the reaction. Sodium reacts with water to give NaOH. The hydrogen gas is liberated after the heat is also generated. Sometimes the explosion also takes place due to it. Then you have the potassium also similar manner reacts with water to produce KOH. Aqueous means in water plus H2 gases form plus heat. Now I've shown you about the calcium. See again from the top view it started reacting with water. So 2Ca plus 2H2O gives you CaOH twice plus hydrogen gas. And that's why you can just generalize the thing that the metal reacts with water to give the hydroxide and that all hydrogen gas is there. Here also you see the hydrogen gas was there. In the previous case also you see hydrogen gas was there, right? So something you have to know. Otherwise you will think that so many reactions, how I can remember? You remember the general format. That metal reacts with water to give the metal hydroxide and the hydrogen gas is liberated. Like that it will do, it will be clear to you. Now the metals like aluminum, iron, zinc, they do not react with the cold water or hot water. ऐसे के ऐसे you can see this, right? But they can react with the steam. Means what you need is not water, but you want is water vapor, and then they can form their oxides. So now they don't form the hydroxide, but they form the oxides, and hydrogen gas is liberated. So how is the arrangement then? So see here, you have a burner here. You see, children, you are going to give what is this part just above the flame? It is the glass wool soaked in water. Okay, and here you are going to keep the metal sample, and you will see observe that every time the hydrogen gas is liberated. Hmm? So let us understand about the aluminium. Now it is in a gaseous. We can see here the water in the gaseous means steam, water vapor. Okay, so that's why this state is important. Write down the state. In the previous one we had written liquid state, and now we are writing water in a gaseous state. So 2 aluminium plus 3 H2O gives you aluminium oxide plus 3 atoms of 3 molecules of hydrogen gas. 3Fe plus 4H2O gives you Fe3O4 plus 4H2. Similarly, zinc also ZnS plus 2H2O gives you ZnO plus H2. Okay, so this is all about this. Now these are the metals we have talked about: aluminum, iron, zinc. But what about gold, silver? Gold, silver, copper, do they react with water or not? They don't react. If they react with while taking the bath, gold का कुछ और बन जाता था. But gold chain we are wearing it, gold ring we are wearing, nothing is happening. So it shows that nothing happens is to gold and silver. We have the pot made up of copper in which we fill the water. So there also no problem. So that they all are not reacting with water. So there are some metals which are reacting with water at room temperature also. For example, group 1 element. Then there are some elements which doesn't react with water at room temperature, but if you take steam it will start reacting. And there are some metals like gold, silver, which doesn't react with normal water at room temperature also, neither with room temperature water nor with the steam. So nothing happens here. So we have three categories. Some readily reacting with water, some reacting water at steam, gaseous state, and third doesn't react at all. So three categories are there. So see, I'm giving a hint. There are metals now. I'm dividing into three parts. Okay. highly reactive, moderately reactive, and low reactive. We can say that way. Now let us have the reaction of metal with acid. Now children, in the textbook, what textbook I am having, there it is written that reaction of metal with oxygen. So just cancel the word oxygen and write down that acid. Page number 95. Okay. Just below the diagram, this diagram. What diagram we have seen? Now below this diagram you have C part. The reaction of metals with oxygen, it will cancel out oxygen and write down acid. If it is printed oxygen, then only, otherwise let it be. If it is written acid, then it is perfect. We have seen that the metal reacts with acid, isn't it? But are all the metals react equally? They react equally with all the metals? Well, no. When we have taken the samples of the aluminium, magnesium, iron, zinc, they are treated with dilute sulfuric acid or hydrochloric acid. The respective chlorine salts or the sulfate salts are formed and hydrogen gas is uh, liberated, isn't it? What type of reaction it was showing? If you remember the pop sound and everything. Hmm? Okay, I'll just tell you the entire experiment. You're going to take in a test tube the zinc granules. Okay, they is grayish color. Your ninth standard science one teacher might have shown you this. The pop sound of hydrogen is also audible clearly. So zinc granules you are going to keep, and then you are going to add acid into it. Okay, hmm? And see to it that this is closed with the cork, and there you have one bend tube. What is called as the bend tube. And from the other end of it is kept in the soft solution. So from that the gas will come out in the form of bubbles, so you will understand. And if you'll keep here little candle, burning candle, you can hear that hydrogen gas is burning with the cracking noise, that is called as the pop sound. Okay, the how fast the reaction takes place. The magnesium is faster than the aluminum is faster than the zinc, and zinc is faster than the iron. Okay, so let us see the reactions now. All are reacting. See, all are reacting and all are going to form the chlorate, the chlorine salt of that particular metal. And everywhere you can observe that hydrogen gas is coming out. So that is there, but you can see that magnesium is more reactive than the aluminum. Aluminum is more reactive than the zinc. Zinc is more reactive than the iron. Yeah. So let us see the reaction. We have magnesium reaction with the hydrochloric acid. It gives you magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas is liberated. Aluminium plus 6 HCl gives you 2 AlCl3 plus 3H2. Iron plus 2 HCl gives you FeCl2 plus H2, and then you have zinc also. Zn plus HCl gives you ZnCl2 plus H2, same as magnesium जैसा. Okay, so this is what you saw that this is how it reacts with the hydrochloric acid. Now if you take the nitric acid, let us see. So reaction of metals with the nitric acid, let us understand that. Now nitrate salt of metals are formed. See, these are the nitrate salts are formed on the reaction of metals with the nitric acid. Huh? So various oxides of nitrogen, what you have, NO, NO2, N2O, etc. are formed in accordance with the concentration of the nitric acid. What type of, how much concentrated nitric acid is, according the different gases will come up. Okay, so let us see that. You have this all oxide. This इसमें से कुछ भी आ सकता है as a byproduct. Yeah, it can be nitrogen oxide, it can be nitrogen dioxide, etc. So you have here Cu plus 4H2O gives you CuNO3 twice plus 2NO2 plus 2H2O. Here what is this? It is concentrated. And if it is dilute, you are going to take double. Instead of 4HNO3, you will get 8HNO3, and the product, instead of the CuNH4 twice plus 2NO plus it should be 4H2O. It is missing. Let me write down. So plus 4H2O in a liquid form. Okay, yeah. So this was about the reaction of metal with the nitric acid. Now let me tell you something called as the aqua regia. Now aqua regia is highly corrosive and the fuming liquid. It is one of the reagent which can dissolve the gold, platinum type of metals also. Okay, how to prepare this aqua regia? You have to take the mixture of the hydrochloric acid and the nitric acid in the ratio 3:1. So when you take hydrochloric acid 3 parts and nitric acid 1 part, you are going to get the aqua regia which is able to dissolve gold also. Okay.